Omo, you've defeated Egypt by 4 goals to 2 on penalty shootout in the third place of the 2025 Afcon tournament. And I'm very happy. Others will be asking, why should I be happy? Because we didn't win the ultimate. I understand you guys, but from what I've seen and what I expected, I am now okay that at least we are going home by restoring the pride in with the Nigerian football enthusiasts. Let me put it, some of us, because others lost hope prior to this AFCON tournament. And at the end of the journey, at least we've learned a lot from them. I'm going to give out my full match reaction of Nigeria versus Egypt, same as what we deduce from their journey in this AFCON tournament and how subsequently it's going to have impacts on the Super Eagles team. I'm a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports. My name is the only one, Solomon Kwejo Asante, your only nomenclature with the engineer's philosophy in sports. The only Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports with a Nigerian name, the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. What you can do to support this platform is, if you are new here, subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates, like the video. At least they've shown something for us and they are bringing home the bronze medal of this 2025 AFCON tournament. So let's show love by liking this video and sharing to other social media platforms. You can also drop your decent comment in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. What is your take about the Super Eagles team throughout our journey in this 2025 AFCON tournament? Just share your candid and honest opinion in the comment box. Let's get into the video and talk about Nigeria versus Egypt shortly, and I'll be back with our deductions from the journey of this Super Eagles team in the 2025 AFCON tournament. Going into the game, looking at the tactical setup and evaluation of the team, starting Nwabali, Bright Osai Samo, Bruno Onyemaechi. I initially predicted Igo Obu, partnering Semi Ajayi, and it happened perfectly from the technical team. In the midfield, I least expected Rafael Onyedika coming back to play against Egypt, but we saw Rafael Onyedika, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, we saw Paul Onuachu, Akol Adams, and other key players who dominated the play for the Super Eagles. But you were very nonchalant in the first departments of the game. Some calls by the referee weren't of the best perfection or what we anticipated from what a referee is supposed to do, but at least we didn't show up to the maximum satisfaction in the first 45 minutes. In the game, I told myself that if indeed we have a good technical team, to be bringing in other key players like Alex Iwobi, Ademola Lookman, and Samuel Chukwueze to be part of them in the midfield so that we can dominate the play, because we needed players in the first half to break that midfield lines of the Egyptians. They didn't play anything throughout the styles of the game to the end of the 90 minutes. I didn't see the Egyptians dominating even a bit over the Super Eagles. Though in the first half, we didn't play the best out that we can, but still, they didn't even dominate over the Super Eagles. And there's the time that Eric Sekuchel and his technical team, without exciting coaching acumen and their tactical news, they needed to come back, vary the tactics, and know how best they can approach the second half. And it was wow. Ademola Lookman in the game. Alex Iwobi was in the game. We had Chidozie Awaziam in the game. They dominated. They showed what they can do. Though we missed out on 1 or 2 chances, but we didn't get the best. At the end of 90 minutes plus some time added on, we had sharing the spoils with the Egyptians, and it was into the penalty shootout. And one thing I saw from the Super Eagles is that I think the first game against the Moroccans, they dominated us based on the home strength. And this time around, they were very calm in taking the penalty shootout. Just look at that penalty from Fisayo Dele Bashiru. Though he missed it in the initial part, I thought it was going to be another difficult part for the Super Eagles in the penalty shootout. But we had Alex Iwobi, we had Ademola Lookman, we had other key players who kicked the penalties very well for the Super Eagles. And at the end of the game, the man who showed his heroics for the Super Eagles was standing in Nwabali, saving 2 penalty shootouts. He has done well, missing out on penalty shootouts in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers playoffs final against DR Congo, and same as the semi-final of the 2025 AFCON tournament against Morocco, was something that we didn't easily decipher. But this time around, we are very happy. Coming into the 2025 AFCON tournament, we had a lot of things surrounding the Super Eagles team, and a lot of people anticipated that indeed we are not going to do well. In as much as they rejected us, they forgot about the Bible that the rejected stone will one day become the cornerstone. And indeed, the Super Eagles and Eric Sequential team did amazingly well, and we have to compliment their efforts. One thing I've seen within this Super Eagles team is that now our team is very open. When you go into the goalkeeping department, now Nwabali is reliable. Though he can get other competitions from Amas Obasoji, Adeleyi Adebayo, Francis Uzoho, and the new player who has switched from England to Nigeria. Talking of Arthur Okonkwo, they are all coming to compete in the goalkeeping department. Maduka Okoye, they will all be fighting for the number one spot. But at least everything was spot on from Stanley Nwabali through his journey in this Afcon tournament. You were doubting him, and we raised a lot of concern during our first game against Tanzania. He came back against Tunisia. We talked a little bit about him. We criticized him. He didn't play against that of Uganda. But in the knockout phase of this Afcon tournament, we've seen the best out of Stanley Nwabali. In regulation time, he didn't concede any goal. Against Mozambique, Nwabali didn't concede goal. Against Algeria, he didn't concede any goal. Against Morocco, through regulation time, he didn't concede any goal. Even on penalty shootouts, he did his best for the Super Eagles. Just that the other players kicked them out. And in the third place for the Super Eagles, Nwabali has done his best for the Super Eagles, showing his explosiveness, showing his power, and showing what he can do when it gets to the time that we can rely on him. I said that when it comes to the defense, now at the right back, we know that if you don't have Ola Aina, Bright Osai Samuel can play to the maximum satisfaction of us. If you don't have Bright Osai Samuel, Ryan Alibiasu, though he played only one game for the Super Eagles, through injury, you didn't see the best out of him in this Afcon tournament. But looking at what he did against Uganda, this is a player I want to be seeing more of him within the Super Eagles team subsequently. At the left back of our defense, we've seen that it's very open, and we can now have a lot of players competing at the left back position. Zaidu Sanusi is there. Bruno Onimechi, one of the standout performers for the Super Eagles through our journey in this 2025 Afcon tournament. We also have another player who didn't make the final cut in the name of Felix Agu, who will be coming back subsequently to compete in that left back position. Not talking about Benjamin Frederick, who can also compete in the right back position, same as competing in the center back position. We saw that synergy. That's even if William Trosikon is not part of the center back position within the Super Eagles team, we can now rely on Semi Ajayi and Calvin Bassey going forward, and it's going to be wow for the Super Eagles in our subsequent matches. And even if Calvin Bassey is not there, we also have another key player in the name of Igor Obu, who played well today against that of the Egyptians, and I know we can rely on him, same as Chidozie Awaziam. Now, it's not going to be like who is coming to replace the other, but we cannot get options within the defense of the Super Eagles. This is one of the positions or one of the departments within the team that we were supposed to work on. Kudos to Eric Sequential and his technical team. They've done tremendously well and have to compliment their efforts using all the exciting coaching acumen. Aside that, when you come into the midfield, we can now see that if we don't have Ndidi, things will be very difficult for us. We can't rely on Rafael Onyedika. He didn't impress me in the matches against Morocco and that of Egypt, but he impressed me in the match against Uganda, of which he even scored brace for the Super Eagles. Alex Iwobi, we've seen that when he's having his form, when he's ever ready to give its best out to the Super Eagles team, he can be one of the exceptional players on the field of play for the Super Eagles. He can be the player to break the lines of the Super Eagles. And I indeed loved what I saw from Alex Iwobi, Frank Onyeka, Fisayodele Bashiru, and other players in the midfield. Though we didn't see the exploits of Ebenezer Akin-Samiru, Tochukwu Inadi, and other key players within the midfield of the Super Eagles team. They were at the dugouts, but subsequently, Eric Sequential is building a team that I think it will be very difficult for our opponent to play against us. Now into the attack, we have Ademola Lookman. We've seen that we missed out on the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament just because of the form that Ademola Lookman didn't get during that World Cup qualifiers. But with this form, if we had him in the World Cup qualifiers would have been a key player for us to make it to the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament. We've seen the exploits of Victor Osimhen, but I'm not seeing the best out of Paul Onuachu, Chidera Ejuke. They have to work on themselves, come back stronger in the team if they get any opportunity to come back within the team and play to the maximum satisfaction of us. Akko Adams, partnering Victor Osimhen is something I think there's a time we've seen the strong energy or the telepathy between two players who can partner, or a player who can partner Victor Osimhen in order to give the best for the Super Eagles subsequently. These are some of the things that we learned from the Super Eagles team, and going forward, keeping the core of the team, keeping the technical team, coming in with the best that we had for Nigeria. I think this time around, we can work on the team, rebuild the team so that in the subsequent matches, we can deliver the best for the team and the Nigerian football enthusiasts. This is my take on the Super Eagles team. And going forward, I'll be expecting a lot from the team. Calvin Party not to take any player or no player of exception. They all did well, but I have my standout performers in the names of Bright Osai Samuel, Bruno Onyemachi, Calvin Bassey, Alex Iwobi, Akko Adams, Ademola Lookman. They all performed to the maximum satisfaction of what I was expecting. I at least expected that they can do this, and they've done it to what I think it befits they are doing on the field, and they deserve all the applause. We have to pray and support the team so that going forward, you get the best out of the team. Day in, day out, time is going, days are going, and we can get the best out of the Super Eagles team. Aside that, all those people who contributed their quota in the development and excitement of the team, we pray and support them. Kudos to everyone, all those who supported this platform through the journey in this Afcon tournament, and all those who have supported us through our journey from 1 subscriber to 47,000 plus subscribers. I do appreciate all your efforts. Kudos to everyone. To my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, God richly bless us all. I know you've all supported us. You've all supported the Super Eagles. And I know Nigeria, we hail thee. The green and white flag is a symbol for us. And Nigeria, we shall be blessed. A lot of content to be uploaded on this platform. After the Super Eagles is the Super Falcons. So just keep it long. Still go Super Eagles. Go Nigeria. A lot of content to be uploaded on this platform. Until you meet again, it's bye-bye for now.